Welcome to Tiger Woods PGA Tour 2007. The first thing you need to know when starting out is how to hit a full straight shot. Before any shot, zoom in and move the aiming cursor around to target your shot. Timing the downswing is the key to achieving full power. To hit it straight, pull straight back and push straight forward. The more you veer off this straight path, the more your shot will suffer. Sometimes you won't need to hit it full power in order to get it on the green. If you find yourself in between clubs, you can always take off some power by adjusting the amount of your backswing. In this example, Tiger hits a 50% power shot on the green by reducing his backswing in half. A valuable skill shot that you can use when a straight shot isn't quite appropriate is the draw shot. To perform a draw, pull back and slightly to the left and push it with the exact opposite angle that you pulled back. You will see a blue streak on your club as you pull back that indicates you are going to draw your shot. The execution of the fade shot is just the opposite of the draw. Sometimes you will want the ball path to be from left to right. That's a fade. The sharper the angle, the sharper the fade. You should see a yellow streak as you pull back if you're doing this correctly. A valuable skill shot that you can use when a straight shot isn't quite appropriate is the draw shot. To perform a draw, move the opposing thumbstick to the left while you swing away. Sometimes you will want the ball to travel from left to right. That's a fade. The execution of the fade shot is just the opposite of the draw. So pull the opposite thumbstick to the right while you perform your swing. The further right, the sharper the fade. The punch shot is designed to keep the ball low. This comes into play when you're stuck in the trees and need to keep it under branches. It also helps avoid the wind on particularly windy days. To select it, cycle through the shot types until you reach the punch shot. The pitch shot is a great tool when approaching greens because of its accuracy and versatility. Zoom in, choose your club, and fire away at the pin with this shot type to break the scoring records with the pitch shot. The flop shot is useful when you have an obstacle to get over and need a little more loft to your shot. It also comes in handy if you have a small landing area and want to cut down on roll. Cycle through the shot types and select the flop shot in appropriate situations for great scores. The chip shot is useful when putting is not an option. Place the marker where you want your chip to end up and take your normal swing to execute a chip. The amount of loft and length of your chip will depend on which club is selected. Pay attention to this and choose your shot type wisely. This advanced skill deals with where you impact the ball and how it affects ball trajectory. Impacting the bottom half of the ball will generate more height on your shot, but less distance overall. To impact the bottom half of the ball, move the opposing thumbstick down to get more loft. Conversely, impacting the upper half of the ball will generate less carry, but more distance overall. To get more roll, move the opposing thumbstick up as indicated. Just in case you didn't think you could hit the ball far enough, we've given you a little help. A few taps of the power boost during your backswing and you'll be bombing it in no time. But it's not easy. To get more power on your shots, tap the power boost button as many times as you can while you start your swing. Make the ball dance on the green like the pros? You can get a bit more action using our spin control. To do this, tap the spin button and steer the ball in the direction you want it to go. The more times you tap the button, the more spin you'll get. Just make sure you spin it in the right direction. Notice the grid on the green. The break indicators moving on the grid will help you determine the break of the putt. Using the ideal putt camera will help you see the proper line to the hole. After lining your shot up, you still need to gauge the power correctly to sink your putt. To achieve the right amount of distance on your putts, choose the correct power stroke for your putter. Just like any other swing, you need to gauge the correct distance on your backswing to get the ideal power on your putt. An additional tool to help you gauge your putt is the green grid. The color gradient of the grid indicates elevation change and the movement represents the direction of break. Be sure to take this into account when lining up your putt. See that line on the green? That shows you the break if you were to aim directly at the hole. Move the aiming target up, down, left, and right to pick your target and let your putter do the rest. The caddy tip will help you find the correct place to aim for. Skills 18 is all about risks and rewards. The goal is to hit through as many rings as possible while still managing to get birdies and eagles. Conservative players should stick to the big green rings, while aggressive ones go for the extremely difficult to reach red rings for the maximum amount of points. Be sure to shape your shot correctly while trying to hit through the difficult rings, or else you will end up in deep trouble. Elimination Mode is a brand new game mode that pits two teams against each other in match play. As the title suggests, the golfer that loses the hole is eliminated from the rest of the match. Set up your lineups before going into battle, but choose wisely because the last team standing wins. Greensome and Bloodsome are two similar four-player team game modes that are new to this year. Each of the four players will tee off, but only one ball from each team will be played for the rest of the hole. In a friendly game of Greensome, you get to pick your own ball to play. The real fun starts in Bloodsome, where the opposing team will select which ball you play from. One Ball is a brand new multiplayer game mode that is unlike any other. As the name implies, two or more players will alternate their shots and play only one ball. This leads to a great deal of strategy because one of your opponents is going to play from where your shot ends up. You must, however, adhere to some rules while playing one ball. For instance, every shot off of the tee, each player must hit it half the distance towards the pin. Otherwise, they will lose their turn. This is called a betrayal. Hitting it out of bounds or in a hazard will cause you to lose 2 turns, so you must remain accurate and hit it within the circle. golfer who gets it in the hole takes it, so you must choose your shots wisely and decide when to go for it and when to set up your opponent with a difficult shot.